So good afternoon, active service members, veterans, family, friends, and grateful Americans. My name is Karen Zimmerman. I'm a member of Quilts of Valor, and I'm a quilter and an awarder in our Tri-County area. We also have Vicki Meadows, and Ann and Diane are in the back of the back table. We're all members of Quilts of Valor. We're here today to honor our veterans and active duty service members who have been nominated through our Quilts of Valor website. Each quilt is made by an individual or a group. None of them are made in a factory. What I'll do is I'll read a poem, and then I'll describe our gratitude for your service to our country. You'll be called up 3 at a time, and 2 of you can sit down, 1 can stand, and you'll be shown your quilt and wrapped in your quilt. So the poem is called "It Is the Veteran." Still can hear me okay? Okay. It is the veteran, not the preacher, who has given us the freedom of religion. It is the veteran, not the reporter, who has given us the freedom of press. It is the veteran, not the poet, who has given us the freedom of speech. It is the veteran, not the campus organizer, who has given us the freedom to assemble. It is the veteran, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the veteran, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It is the veteran who salutes the flag, who serves under the flag, who gave his or her oath to support and defend the Constitution and our nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and whose coffin is draped by the flag. It is the veteran with faith in God and country who has given us all our rights. I thank you for my freedom, the freedom of my family, and the freedom of our nation. Thank you. The Quilts of Valor Foundation began in 2003 when the founder and a quilter and a Blue Star mom, Catherine Roberts, had a dream. Her son was deployed to Iraq at the time. And I quote from Catherine: "A young man was sitting on his bed, hunched over. The permeating feeling was one of utter despair. I could see his war demons clustered around him, dragging him down into an emotional gutter. Then in the next scene, I saw his demeanor change from one of despair to one of hope and well-being. The reason for this change was the quilt he had wrapped around himself." End of quote. The message to Catherine was that quilts equal healing. Since that day, the organization has spread to all 50 states and beyond. The first 100 quilts that Catherine and her friends made went to Walter Reed Hospital. Since then, quilts have been awarded to those who served in numerous conflicts, including but not limited to World War II, Korean War, Desert Storm, Iraqi War, and Afghanistan. Our mission is to honor our service members and veterans who have been touched by war and conflict. Over 228,000 Quilts of Valor have been awarded to date. To each of you who are receiving a quilt today, this quilt was made with you in mind. Quilters believe as we sew, love, peace, and gratitude flow from our heart through our hands into your quilt. A Quilt of Valor does not judge. Its sole purpose is to honor and comfort you. But we ask one thing of you: please do not hang this quilt or put it in a display case. It's meant to be used by you. Wrap it around yourself just like the young man did in Catherine's dream. We honor you for your service to our country. We'll never know the depth of the sacrifices you made in serving the United States of America, but we respect them and appreciate them. Quilters know that freedom is not free. This Quilt of Valor says thank you and welcome home. The first three people I'm going to call up are from one family, and they were nominated by Elena Waldrop. And it's John Martin, Elena's dad, Troy Waldrop, Elena's husband, and Keith Dennis, her father-in-law. So will you three of you come up, please?
Wow.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I should have told you that John flew in B-52s, and he was a radar and reconnaissance officer, and he served in the Navy. Which conflict? I believe World War II, right? So Troy served in the Army, the Marines, and the Navy, Desert Storm, Iraqi War, Afghanistan, Somalia, and Bosnia. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Keith served in the Army and served in Vietnam. Let's see, we want to show you. We want to show you first. You stand here and look.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate that poem. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Vincent Ashby. Mr. Ashby served in the Air Force. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Warren Halliwell served in the Air Force and was nominated by Janelle Halliwell. How about Joyous Jones? Joyous served in the Navy. Thank you so much.
I sure will.
You'll need it.
gonna enjoy
You'll need it in a few months.
Sure will, yes, thank you.
Eddie Robinson served in the Coast Guard, and William Ruff, Air Force, and was nominated by Ali Webb. Did I say that right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your favor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Always appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Amazing.
Wendell Smalls. Mr. Smalls served in the Army, and he was nominated by Elizabeth Smalls. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for this.
We thank you for coming today and honoring these men and women that served in our country. As you walk through life, please thank a veteran, because it's that veteran that's allowing you the freedoms that you have. Our Quilts of Valor booth is just around the corner here, and there's also a display of 24 quilts that are traveling the country for Quilts of Valor. Thank you very much.